At this point, I think even the most hardcore Fear the Walking Dead fan has to admit that the show is going out in an embarrassing fashion. So much so that a decision has been made for the show to end a week early and have the final 2 episodes play next week. First, let's talk about this week's episode, episode 10, which was another episode full of sludge and shite. At the end of last week's episode, we found out that Strand has Troy's daughter Tracy at Padre, and at the beginning of this episode, June, Dwight, Sherry and that, they come to Strand and they say that they know that he's got Tracy. Not sure how they do know that really, but let's just fly with it, I guess. According to June, the only way to appease Troy is by giving him the kidnapper, which is Strand, and then he won't attack Padre. What the bloody hell is going on here? What do you mean? Why? Why would that matter? You've got his daughter. That's the main thing here, not the kidnapper thing. And why would you believe that to be the case anyway? Like, what? Yeah, let's trust Troy. Anyway, they take Strand and Tracy on the boat, and Strand doesn't want to be given over, so he uses his old ways of pulling down the blindfold of Tracy so she knows where Padre is located by the lighthouse. And she then jumps off the boat and somehow appears on land later on, even though her hands are tied together. How did she swim there? No idea. She probably should have just drowned, but no, she magically appeared on land later on. Also, we're talking on the walkie-talkies again, because everything is on walkie-bloody-talkies. My goodness, how many times do they write down walkie-talkie on like a script or something? It's just unbelievable. And anyway, yeah, here's a little apology from the writers here.
I'm deeply sorry. Sorry.
Tracy gets attacked by walkers, but fortunately for her, she gets saved just in time by Strand. Then they magically come across Madison, who's out there destroying walkers with a sledgehammer, and she does have these breathing issues, right? Not so much here, but then whenever the plot needs it, she'll get that bloody mask out. As Strand and Tracy approach her, Madison says to Strand, "Who's your friend?" in quite an angry tone, and it's like, this is a little girl, and also, have a little think, are you really that stupid? I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were looking for a little girl who went missing. Have a guess. Just have a guess. Also, why are you acting like that? I mean, I don't know. Also, Madison as a character, I just really don't like this character at all anymore. I mean, there's things she does later in the episode, like, oh my god, but I'm just like, this character is awful. And the thing is, most of these characters have been absolutely destroyed. Some of these characters, I mean, I really like these. If we go back to season 3, I like a lot of these characters, but the ones who have stayed on since then, I don't like any of them really. I think only Alicia, which I believe will come back, is the only character I still like. But yeah, I think everyone else, they've been destroyed. Also, I can't blame these actors for phoning it in because the script is so terrible. I mean, it's mostly just blah 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 Padre, blah 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 Alicia, blah 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 Troy.
Oh, it's bad. Excuse me, kids, I need to run. Ow!
Anyway, off they go and they find a vehicle near Luciana's place, which apparently has a full tank of gas, which is very bloody convenient. Daniel and Luciana catch them and are worried that Troy is not far behind them, but luckily for them, just as they turn on the walkie-talkie, we can hear Troy revealing his location. Also, you might be thinking, where are they going in this vehicle? Well, luckily for them, Tracy is able to point out on a map where her dad and Alicia got into a fight, because she knows where this is. And luckily for them as well, Tracy knows pretty much everything about everyone. She knows things about Daniel later in the episode. She's obviously been given the whole box set of the show and knows everything from here to there. It's unbelievable the amount they put on this kid in terms of just trying to move the plot along. It's embarrassing. After some more gripping dialogue, Luciana stays behind, but Daniel goes with Strand, Madison and Tracy on their journey to find Alicia. On the car journey, we have Daniel there because he wants to get revenge for Ophelia's death. We have Tracy in the back trying to read the map because apparently she's very good at that. And then it all starts kicking off. Victor thinks Daniel's going to kill the girl, and then in response, Daniel fires a shot. Strand flies out of the car and then gets saved by these people, this group, which are like Alicia fangirls. What the hell is going on? This group turn up in Al's old truck and fire up the walkers who are trying to kill Strand. And while he's on the floor, he's like, "Oh, I thought you were," and then she says, "Alicia Clark?" I get that a lot. It's like, what? What do you mean you get that a lot? What are you talking about? I can't believe this. What are you on about?
It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. You stupid monkey.
With 2 episodes remaining, we've already got enough bloody characters. Why have we got more characters being introduced now? It just seems such a silly idea. It's all stupid, to be honest. It's all really bloody. This group talked to Strand about Alicia, and they clearly worshipped her, and it's like, why? How has this happened? Why is Alicia like this show's Laurent? What the fuck? Like, they say things like, she never stayed in one place for very long, but word spread about her, gave people hope. It's that same thing. It's like they just stole that sort of line from Daryl Dixon and put it in this show. It's unbelievable. It's like they're actually stealing from their own shows now. Switching attention to Troy, he turns up at Luciana's place. He says that he's got more men and she's gonna have to back down, but she ambushes him with all the people from Strand's lot and the German lot, and also bloody Dwight, Sherry and Juna there. They talk for a bit, and honestly, I could look up what they said at this point, but that part of the episode I just really blanked out because it was so stupid. And I was also thinking to myself, like, this is all about finding somewhere to live. We have a place called Padre, which, by the way, every time I hear the name Padre, it pisses me off. Sorry for that word, Padre, but yeah. But we also have this hotel, which Strand was in, which looked like a pretty good place. So we have 2 groups wanting 2 places to live, and we have 2 places to live. What the hell's going on? But Padre is a secret location, so that's better than the hotel. Well, what I say to that? Padre ain't bloody Narnia. Also, for Troy's people, what is the benefit of staying with this guy? Why not just leave and find your own place? Because he's just walking you into a dead end. Anyway, a shootout takes place, we see nothing of it, and then we cut back to one of the German guys dying on the floor. Getting back to Madison, Daniel and Tracy, they walk into a snow biome and find these walkers stuck in the ground. One of them apparently is Alicia, but we find out actually the walker is Tracy's mother. So yeah, basically Troy just left Tracy's mother out there, and after finding this out that, you know, this isn't Alicia and this has all been a load of wasted time, Madison ties Tracy to a tree, ready for the walkers to eat her up. So yeah, this whole second half of the final season has been about Madison finding out what's happened to Alicia. And now we're looking at the character we're supposed to be behind and support in this, try and kill a kid. Before any of this happens though, luckily Strand and Alicia's fan club turn up because they found out where they were, because I guess Strand probably remembered where she pointed on the map, because I don't think this was a walkie-talkie situation, or otherwise he just turned up because why the hell not. Anyway, he turned up and then she doesn't get killed and it's all fine, and the Alicia fan club are like, oh my god, it's Madison, I can't believe we're looking at you, we've seen you on all the tapes. Oh. And in this scene, Madison is pretty much Gollum and the Ring, where she's like, you know, he's gonna find Padre, she has to die. Like, what are we doing here? Regardless, at the end of the episode we see Madison set off to go and kill Troy, and Victor shouts to her, this is not the way to end this. And he's right, the way to end this is to flush it down the toilet. And with that comes the end of the episode, and it's probably one of the worst episodes of TV I've ever watched, to be honest, because it really was such an insult to the viewer of your intelligence and just of your time. It's like, what are we doing? If you've got nothing to say, don't say it. And with this show, it's like, we're going to say it and we're going to just shit out our mouth. As I said at the start of the video, next week we're having the final 2 episodes back to back, so we can see it all go out in a blaze of glory. And I think what I'll do is do one video to cover both episodes. You know, I could do one for each, but life is too short.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So what are your thoughts on episode 10? Did you despise it as much as me? Let me know in the comments below. And if you fancy another video of me rambling about some crap, on screen is my review for The Marvels.